Shalom, shalom. It's your brother Joel, the fisherman for Zion, coming at you with a live video through the spirit and power of Abba Yahweh, Bashir Mashak Yahweh Shai. May the Most High bless every household under the power of Yahweh Bashim Yahweh Shai. To the brothers and sisters laboring and enduring for the elect's sake, may the Most High bless your soul as well. Through the spirit and power of Abba Yahweh Bashim Yahweh Shai, we're going to jump right into the video through the spirit. The topic of the video and the purpose of this video is for the younger brothers and sisters in this truth, on how to maneuver in this truth as an Israelite, as a young Israelite, from the ages of 15 on up to 19 and 20, through the spirit and power of the Most High. And we're going to jump right into it. First and foremost, we're going to start off with the law, because the law is the foundation of how we walk and how we live in this truth. So let's get it. This is Exodus chapter 20 and verse 12. And it reads, "Honor thy father and thy mother, that thy days may be long upon the land which the Lord thy God giveth thee." So first and foremost, as a young adult or as a young teenager, you want to honor your mother and your father, because they are the ones who, if you're still living in their household, you're under their roof, and it's a blessing from the Most High. You'll receive a blessing from the Most High when you perform these things, when you perform the law, statutes, and commandments as the Lord has commanded us to do so. Now, whether your father or your mother may or may not be in the truth, you still have to gauge yourself according to the law, statutes, and commandments, and understand that the Most High gave us through these many lessons and breakdowns and understanding. This is the book of Sirach, chapter 3 and verse 18. So let me move this to the side so I can see you a little better. Book of Sirach, chapter 3 and verse 18. And it reads, Salakia, 3 and verse 8, Salakia. The whole book of Sirach really goes into honoring the father and the mother, Sirach chapter 3, but I'm going to start at verse 8. It says, "Honor thy father and mother both in word and deed." And I'm going to read down to verse 15, Salakia, verse 16. "Honor thy father and mother both in word and deed, that a blessing may come upon thee from them. For the blessing of the father establishes the houses of children, but the curse of the mother rooteth out foundations. Glory not in the dishonor of thy father, for thy father's dishonor is no glory unto thee." Salakia. Verse 11, "For the glory of a man is from the honor of his father, and the mother is in dishonor is a reproach to the children. My son, help thy father in his age, and grieve him not as long as he liveth. And if his understanding fail, have patience with him, and despise him not when thou art in thy full strength. For the relieving of thy father shall not be forgotten, and instead of sins they shall be added to build thee up. In the day of thine affliction they shall be remembered. Thy sins also shall melt away, as the ice in the fair warm weather. He that forsaketh his father is as a blasphemer, and he that angereth his mother is cursed of the Most High God." So there's many benefits that may come from honoring your mother and your father, as the word says. The Lord will bless you and your household, and will establish your household for many generations to come through his mercy and his grace. So, Salakia. Let's go to verse 17. Salakia, let's go to Sirach chapter 7. Ecclesiastes chapter 7, and starting at verse 27. It says, "Honor thy father with thy whole heart, and forget not the sorrows of thy mother. Remember thou that thou wast begotten of them, and how canst thou recompense them the things that they have done for thee?" And then not knowing when you came into the truth, whether you were raised in the truth, or whether you're just now finding out about the truth and finding your understanding of being an Israelite, many blessings can come upon thee for you honoring your mother and your father, whether they be in the truth or whether they be not in the truth. You still have to reverence them according as the law has said, and honor them as long as you're within their household. Now, when you get by yourself, out of their jurisdiction, now the Most High may have mercy upon you. So like I'm a little sweating, it's a little hot. The Most High may have mercy upon you in regards to your parents not being wicked individuals and making this truth harder for you, like some brothers have or may not have experience in this truth. I myself can say that the Most High has blessed me to the extent to where I wasn't put under a certain yoke and bondage of sin in the household that I grew up in, under my mother and my father's roof. And they allowed me to serve the Most High God in sincerity and the truth, as long as I was within their rules and regulations of not, bringing up foolishness to their houses. So I would recommend that brothers and sisters, take heed to the word and take heed to the commandments, because the Most High can allow favor to be brought upon you through you honoring your mother and your father, and through you keeping these commandments and following the word as it is written. Because we were given many examples of how the Most High had mercy brought upon men, these men and women in the scriptures, for their obedience to the scriptures. And the scriptures, the Most High said that the scriptures were written for our learning. So it's important for us to take heed to what's written, and try our best to walk within the word, and let the word encompass within our life and play out in our life through the Spirit. Now let's go back to Israelite chapter 3. Ecclesiastes chapter 3 and verse 17. It says, "My son, go on with thy business in meekness, so shalt thou be beloved of him that is approved." And what that means is you want to be humble in this truth, because brothers can get puffed up with their knowledge, wisdom, and understanding that they gain from the Most High, and try to present this word not knowing how to break down certain understandings and certain topics, and you can become prideful and you can cause strife in the household, and you don't want to do that. I myself have experienced this firsthand, trying to present the word to my beloved ones, and it caused a certain level of strife, unnecessary strife. But I was unlearned, so the Most High had me to go through that experience so that I can share the knowledge with other brothers and sisters. You want to be humble above all things and reverence the Most High and keep the Most High first by keeping the commandments and acknowledging the words that He has written. Let's go to Matthew chapter 10 and verse 16. And it says, "Behold, I send you forth as sheep in the midst of wolves. Be ye therefore wise as serpents and harmless as doves." It says, so you want to be wise with all things that you do, and be discreet when keeping the law. And the Most High may present moments before your face for you to be wise, but you only gain wisdom through experience, wisdom, knowledge, and understanding through experience and the courses of life. So, like, you may not know how to present the law, statutes, and commandments to your parents that know or don't know the law, statutes, and commandments. For right now, we're going to say that your parents don't know the law, statutes, and commandments. You may not know how to present the law to them and show them that this is the way. So you have to pray and ask the Most High to give you wisdom and give you moments, and just give you wisdom and understanding to be able to be a light, to be able to share His word, to be able to, so that the blood won't be on your hands, because the Most High called you out of darkness and brought you into His marvelous light. So you want to be wise with all things. You want to be discreet, like Yahweh said. Be wise as serpents and harmless as doves. Verse 22, it says, now this is on the flip side. It says, "And ye shall be hated of all men for my name's sake, but he that endureth to the end shall be saved." Now, there could be an instance where you're living in a household with your parents, and they're being wicked, and they're trying to entice you to be wicked, or they may be scoffing at you and your attempts to be righteous, like saying, "Oh, you're in a cult," or just blaspheming the name of the Lord and the works that be. But you got to have faith that the Most High will have mercy upon you, because the Most High can give you that lot, and it may be a test of your strength. It may be a test of your faith to see whether or not you're going to give in to that temptation, or whether or not you're going to allow Satan to overthrow your mind or overthrow your thoughts. So the Most High and Yahweh is warning us that we will be hated, and that it's just a trial of your faith. But you got to endure. You got to keep fighting. You got to wake up day in and day out, knowing and believing that the Most High is on the way to deliver us from this hell and this captivity. Let's jump down to verse 34 in the same chapter, Matthew chapter 10. It says, "Think not that I am come to send peace on earth. I came not to send peace, but a sword. I'm going to read down to verse 38. It says, For I am come to set a man at variance against his father, and the daughter against her mother, and the daughter-in-law against her mother-in-law. And a man's foes is your enemies, shall be they of his own household. He that loveth father or mother more than me is not worthy of me. And he that loveth son or daughter more than me is not worthy of me. And he that taketh not his cross and followeth after me is not worthy of me. So you don't want to let anything keep you from serving the Lord. You're not your father, your mother, your sister, your brother, anybody upon this earth. You don't want to give them your strength to the point of where you're breaking the commandments. Not your wife, your children. You don't want to allow them to entice you to break the commandments. Even though your love may surpass or may be mount up to the heavens, you can't let the love for these individuals surpass your love for the Most High, surpass your understanding for the Most High, because the Most High can give you over to a stumbling block to where you're not speaking or you're not walking in the commandments out of respect for these earthly vessels. Now you sinning, breaking the Sabbath, eating swine's flesh, not wearing your fringes, not loving your brother as yourself, all because of your loved ones. And that may be the only thing that's keeping you from the kingdom of heaven. And you don't want to do that. You want to keep the Most High first and love the Most High. And in doing that, loving the Most High, you'll have the Spirit upon you to be able to either rebuke these spirits, or the best bet is try to rebuke these spirits. But if the Most High don't have that in your spirit yet, if you're not equipped with the law and the law, statutes, and commandments, you want to just pray for these spirits and pray for yourself as well, that the Most High give you strength to endure, that the Most High have mercy on you. Because giving yourself and your strength, the Lord said, let no man take thy crown. Let no man take thy crown. So you got to endure. You got to keep the commandments first, and you got to love the Most High. All right, let's go to Matthew chapter 19 and verse 29. And this truth, it will not be a light thing. The Most High may have your first and second year be kind of smooth and be kind of easy, and you're not really experiencing anything. But at the end of year 3 and year 4, all hell breaking loose. But through year 1 and year 2, you want to stay built up. You want to stay reading. You want to stay praying. You want to stay fasting so that you can have the tools equipped enough to be able to withstand in the evil day, the day of temptation. And the day that the Most High may try your knowledge, wisdom, and understanding that you've been building up over these years, over the course of time. The book of Matthew, chapter 19 and verse 29, it reads, And everyone that hath forsaken houses or brethren or sisters or father or mother or wife or children or lands for my name's sake shall receive 100-fold, and shall inherit everlasting life. But many that are first shall be last, and the last shall be first. So the Most High is looking for those men and those women who are going to forsake the cares of this life and the pleasures that come with this life and the temptation and the lust and the wickedness that comes with their life, for men and women who strive, who want the kingdom of heaven, who want righteousness. And the only way to obtain righteousness is by keeping the law. That's Psalm 119, verse 142. It's Psalm 19 and verse 9. Wherewithal shall a man cleanse his way? By taking heed thereto according to thy word. So you wanna give all of your strength into the Lord. Make time for the Lord. Whether you be in school, you may be getting tempted by peer pressure, smoking vapes. It's a heavy vape spirit in the world now. It's a whole lot of madness going on. You got, men pretending to be women, women pretending to be men. And these things have been going on since the ancient days, man. Since the times of Moses, the time of Noah, Men doing all manner of lewdness, men loving darkness. But you got to love light through the Spirit. And that light is this word. The Lord said, yea, though I walk through the valley of the shadow of death, I shall fear no evil. Right? Let's go to the book of Mark, chapter 3, and verse 31. The book of Mark, chapter 3, and verse 31. I'm going to read down to verse 35. It says, Then There came then his brethren and his mother standing without, said unto him, calling him. And the multitude sat about him, and they said unto him, Behold, thy mother and thy brethren without seek for thee. And he answered them, saying, Who is my mother or my brethren? And he looked round about on them which sat about him, and said, Behold, my mother and my brethren. For whosoever shall do the will of God, the same is my brother and my sister and mother. So even though you may lose connection and relationships with your worldly family, the Most High gives you a spiritual family, right? Brothers and sisters from all over the world. I've experienced this, and I know I'm not the only one to experience this, that brothers will and shall receive, men and women according to their like-mindedness, that'll pray for them, that'll fast with them, that'll forsake the world with them, that'll rebuke wickedness with them. But as a young youth in this world, you got to pray and ask the Most High to surround you with elders, with older men and women to guide you and to correct you and to rebuke you and to instruct you in the ways of life. Or the Most High may bless you and allow your mother and your father to obtain this knowledge, the knowledge of salvation, so that they can be able to mold you and teach you. Because who better to teach you the knowledge of the Most High God than your earthly mother and father? But that's a very rare occurrence in this truth, that the Most High bring in family, siblings, and brothers and sisters and cousins and mothers and fathers. Very rare occurrence. But it's nothing too hard for the Most High God if you can't pray for it and ask for those things to come to pass. You can't ask and miss. You gotta have faith. You gotta believe that the Lord will make these things come to pass. Right? Let's go to Matthew chapter 5 and verse 16. Right? I don't want to be before you long, but we're going to allow the Lord to do his work. Right? Matthew chapter 5 and verse 16, it says, Let your light so shine before men, that they may see your good works and glorify your Father, which is in heaven. Right? Your light is the you keeping of these commandments. Letting your light shine is you observing the commandments, doing the commandments, loving the commandments, and keeping the commandments. Walking and teaching the commandments, right? That is your light, because this world is darkness. There is no law, statutes, and commandments in this world. Man doesn't want to be righteous. Men love darkness rather than light, as the Lord said. Men love darkness. This world is evil, right? The Lord said, woe to them that call evil good and good evil, right? They're calling, the men of the Lord who seek righteousness and teach righteousness evildoers in these last days, right? But they love the men and praise the men that exalt wickedness, homosexuality, evil morality, immorality, lust, lewdness, vanity. This place is wicked, man. I just seen the other day a wicked pastor was texting a young teenager, man. So it's all manner of evil and wickedness roaming about in these last days, man. Right? Let's go to Philippians chapter 2 and verse 15. Right? And I may come back to the Spirit to reiterate and add more to this lesson and this topic through the Spirit. But we'll see how the Lord goes. This Philippians chapter 2 and verse 15 says, that ye may be blameless and harmless, the sons of God, without rebuke, in the midst of a crooked and perverse nation, among whom ye shine as lights in the world. So when you obtain this knowledge, wisdom, and understanding, you shine as a light in this world. You got your fringes on. You're not eating pork, shrimp, crab, and lobster. You're not going to birthdays and celebrations that is propaganda, and propitiated in this world. Thanksgiving, Christmas, you forsaken the congregation of the wicked, You shall shine as a light in this world through the mercy and grace of the Most High. All right, let's go to the book of John, chapter 8 and verse 12. Right? You become a spectacle unto these men and women, these worldly men and women, because they love to do darkness. Right? They love to do darkness. Right? John chapter 8 and verse 12, it says, Then spake Yahushua again unto them, saying, I am the light of the world. He that followeth me shall not walk in darkness, but shall have the light of life. So you want to follow the Most High. You want to follow Yahushua and the example that he set up. What was he doing at a young age? He was in a temple, right? Inquiring at the mouth of the wise, right? Those wise men that the Lord set up, the chief priests, questioning and asking questions, and answering according to the wisdom that the Most High gave unto him, right? And just because you're a youth don't mean you don't have any wisdom, right? The Lord told Jeremiah, open your mouth and I will speak for thee, roughly paraphrasing, in the book of Jeremiah chapter 3, right? Just because you're a youth, that don't mean a damn thing, right? And forgive my language, to those that may be of a younger age, but, you got to trust in the Lord. And when the Lord puts it in your mouth to speak, speak. Ask the Lord to speak through you, right? Ask the Lord to speak through you, and he shall, right? And you shall, like the Lord said again, you shall have the light of life. The light of life is everlasting life, enduring into the end, right? Let's go to the book of Proverbs chapter 6. I'm going to get a few more precepts. Proverbs chapter 6 and verse 23. All right, Proverbs chapter 6 and verse 23. And it reads, it says, For the commandment is a lamp, and the law is light, and reproofs of instruction are the way of life. To keep thee from the evil woman, from the flattery of the tongue of a strange woman. Right? So the commandments will be that lamp and that light. And the law will be that light unto your life. Right? That's the light that you shall let shine before men. The commandments. Right? Forsaking the wickedness of this world. Lust and temptation of the flesh. Salahia. No pork, shrimp, crab, and lobster. Right? Even if your back is against the wall, and you're forced to eat these things, you got to say, no. I'm going to keep the law, statutes, and commandments. Right? I'm going to follow my Father. Right? No matter whether they hear or whether they forbid. No matter whether they forsake you. Right? Trust in the Lord. Right? Let's go to the book of Psalm chapter 1 and verse 1, the classic. Psalm chapter 1 and verse 1. It says, Blessed is the man that walketh not in the counsel of the ungodly, nor standeth in the way of sinners, nor sitteth in the seat of the scornful. But his delight is in the law of the Lord, and in his law doth he meditate day and night. Right? So the Lord said you'd be blessed if you walk not in the counsel of the ungodly. What is the counsel of the ungodly? Eating pork, shrimp, crab, and lobster. Right? Not wearing your fringes, right? Being a talebearer. Got a lot of gossipers in these last days, man. Do not give in to gossiping, right? Forsake gossiping. Forsake the wickedness of this world, right? And the only way to figure out what wickedness is and what evil is and what lewdness is and what these lusts and the lust of men is if you go into the scriptures and you read the law, right? You understand the law, right? And don't be hasty to get into the prophecies because you see other men doing these things. The deep, dark sayings, right? Build your foundation upon the milk. And the milk is the law, statutes, and commandments, right? Don't try to get into these deep things, right? Because as a babe don't eat steak. You want to devour the smooth things, the tasteful things, right? And that's that milk, the law, statutes, and commandments, right? You don't want to sit in the seat of the scornful, being at a birthday party, feeling all, jammed up, Ask the Lord to give you a mouth and heart of wisdom to be able to escape these situations through the Spirit. To escape these birthday parties and evil, wicked counsels of men. Right? Right, let's go to the law. Exodus chapter 27. Let's go back to the law. Exodus chapter 27. I'm going to read verse 2. Right? It says, Salakia. Is that what I want? Nah, that's not what I want. 23, Salakia. I can't read my own handwriting. Exodus chapter 23 and verse 2, Salakia. It says, thou shalt not follow a multitude to do evil, neither shalt thou speak in a cause to decline after many to arrest judgment. So you can't confuse judgment and go along with the counsel of the wicked, right? They're trying to slay a man on an evil and wicked device, an evil, wicked counsel, right? You don't want to follow a multitude, right, into going to these parties. Don't let Jake convince you to go to no party, brother and sister. It's only going to just be us, brother. There ain't going to be no drugs. And you get to the party and there's damn drugs there, man. Jake snorting coke and these little bottles of damn whatever in the world Jake doing nowadays. Don't give in to the temptation, brother and sister. Right? Pray that the Lord give you strength to resist temptation. Pray that the Lord give you strength to resist the urges of man and the lust of the flesh. Right? Do not follow a multitude to do evil, lest your lot be accounted with the wicked. They go into destruction. Right? Let's go to the book of Sirach, chapter 6. Right? In verse 18. It says, so I can go back. It says, my son, gather instruction from thy youth up, so shalt thou find wisdom till thine old age. Right? And what is instruction? Instruction is these law, statutes, and commandments. The law, statutes, and commandments is what's going to guide you throughout the course of this life. Right? Because without instruction, you're living and leading a perilous life. Right? A life that's bound for destruction. Right? I called it earlier, but let's go to the book of Psalm 119 and verse 9. It says, wherewithal shall a young man cleanse his way? By taking heed thereto according to thy word. With my whole heart have I sought thee. Oh, let me not wander from thy commandments. And that's a prayer, right? I'm going to read verse 11. It says, thy word have I hid in mine heart, that I might not sin against thee. And that is a prayer that I recommend all brothers and sisters of all ages to pray. Right? Oh, let me not wander from thy commandments. Right? That I might not sin against thee. That's a prayer. Right? And through the Spirit, I pray that the Lord can put it in my mouth to pray this prayer every day. Right? Let's go to the book of Proverbs, chapter 1. So you want to gather instruction from your youth while it is young, while you're young. Because when you're young, your mind is ready to receive knowledge, wisdom, and understanding. Your mind is apt and it's empty. It's not filled with wickedness. Like men and women that have been on this earth for a longer period of time, they have experienced and seen things that may have been instilled within their mind in the grain of evil seed, the seed of wickedness, right? Sin and lust. So you got to pray that the Lord fills your mind with all manner of righteousness, right? So that it may go well with you in your latter days, right? So you can think upon these things in your older ages, and know and believe that the Most High is good, right? So let's go to the book of Proverbs, and this is my last precept. Proverbs chapter 1 and verse 7, it says, the fear of the Lord is the beginning of knowledge, but fools despise wisdom and instruction. My son, hear the instruction of thy father, and forsake not the law of thy mother. For they shall be an ornament of grace unto thy head, and chains about thy neck. My son, if sinners entice thee, consent thou not. If they say, come with us, let us lay in wait for blood. Let us lurk privily for the innocent without cause. Let us swallow them up alive as the grave, and whole as those that go down into the pit. We shall find all precious substance. We shall fill our houses with spoil. Cast in thy lot among us, and let us all have one purse. My son, walk not thou in the way with them. Refrain thy foot from their path. For their feet run to evil, and make haste to shed blood. So you want to flee from the congregation of these men that exist in this world. If they don't have the heart to want to serve the Lord and are recommending that you serve the Lord with them, but rather that you do otherwise. You got a lot of thieves in this world, man. A lot of men stealers, a lot of stealing men, right? They want to take things that don't belong to them, that they didn't work for, right? And a lot of these men going to be cut down. A lot of these women going to be cut down, right? Brothers and sisters, you want to cleave unto the Lord. You want to flee from wickedness, right? And you want to pray to the Lord guide you in sincerity and in truth, right? And that he fill your mind and your heart to love and to serve and to keep the Lord and to keep the commandments, right? And with that, right, this Brother Joel, the fisherman for Zion, right? May the Most High bless all the brothers and sisters striving and finding out that their true identity in these last days, right? It's my heart's desire and prayer that the Most High deliver Israel, all of Israel, right? But this Brother Joel, peace and blessings to all the saints scattered abroad. Shalom.